You didn't want the last slice of pizza until someone else reached for it. That's not a personality flaw. That's something much older operating inside you. Something already running when your ancestors competed for mates on the savannah, long before pizza existed. Here's what's strange. The pizza didn't change. Your hunger didn't change. The only thing that changed was information. Someone else signaled that this thing has value, and your brain updated its assessment almost instantly. In 1968, Jack Brem showed that restricting access to an object reliably made people want it more. He called it psychological reactance. But Robert Cialdini pointed to something adjacent, the scarcity heuristic. When many people want the same thing, it tends to be worth having. The logic is evolutionarily sound. In an ancestral environment with imperfect information, other people's desire was one of the most reliable signals you had. If the best hunters in your group were tracking a particular prey, that prey was probably worth tracking. You didn't have time to independently verify everything. You used them. Economists call this an informational cascade. In 1992, Banerjee and Bikhchandani formalized the model. When individuals observe others making choices, rational actors can end up ignoring their own private information and following the crowd, even when the crowd is wrong. A restaurant with a line looks better than the empty one next door, even if the food is worse. The data point is real. The inference can be completely mistaken. But this doesn't fully explain the desire spike, the visceral pull, the sudden urgency. For that, you need to go deeper. In competitive scenarios, neuroimaging research shows that anticipating a reward against an opponent produces measurably stronger activation in the brain's reward circuitry than anticipating the same reward alone. The prize is identical. The presence of a competitor changes everything. The competition itself becomes part of what the brain is responding to. This maps onto something observed across primate species. In rhesus macaques, chimpanzees, and capuchins, social rank is intimately tied to resource access. Primatologist Franz de Waal documented this across decades of field observation. What looks like desire for food is often desire for position, with food as the medium. Humans retained this circuitry and wrapped language around it, which is why you don't just want the last slice. You feel something competitive. You might frame it as fairness. In reality, the desire crystallized precisely at the moment of social competition. This has a particular shape in romantic attraction. Research on mate copying, studied by Prokosh and colleagues in 2009, showed that people raise their assessment of a potential partner simply upon learning that others find them desirable. It's not just, if others want them, they must be good. It's that competing for a desirable partner and winning is itself a status signal. The desire and the social calculation run in parallel, mostly below awareness. The trouble is that the environment your brain evolved in, with perhaps 150 people whose preferences were genuinely informative, is not the environment you now live in. You are surrounded by millions of social signals, many of them engineered specifically to exploit this circuitry. Engagement counts, limited time offers, wait lists for ordinary products, influencers performing desire. All inputs to a system never designed for this volume or this kind of manipulation. The scarcity heuristic still fires. The competitive desire circuit still activates. It just often has nothing accurate to tell you anymore. When the desire spikes, when something you were indifferent to suddenly feels urgent, is that new information about the thing itself, or just new information about how many people want it? Those are different questions. Your brain will not automatically separate them for you.